Hi everyone, my name is Colleen and I am a Bereavement Coordinator with Hospice Simcoe. With the holidays just days away, I thought I would take some time and talk to the families out there that are grieving due to a pregnancy and infant loss about how to cope during the holidays while grieving your baby. Now, for many of us, the holidays are spent doing things like baking goodies, decorating our homes to make them all festive, attending various get togethers with family, friends, and coworkers, and basically just doing all those activities and such that are meant to help us get into the spirit of things. But when you are someone who has had to endure the experience of a pregnancy and infant loss, the holidays can feel anything but festive and merry. Rather, this time of year can be an all too grim reminder that this was meant to be a time where they were supposed to be at a certain point in their pregnancy, or that their baby should have been born and a part of the festivities. What is shared a lot by bereaved parents and caregivers is that the holidays after such a loss is more met with an array of intense and at times explosive emotions. It's not uncommon for people to feel a deep sense of sadness, depression, and despair about the fact that they were denied being able to have their baby physically present in their life. Anger, jealousy, and envy can be felt for the same reason, because it really isn't fair that they won't get to experience the joy of creating new memories with their baby. A lot of fear and anxiety can be felt surrounding the big days that occur this time of year because there is a big elephant in the room: grief. Particularly for those experiencing their first holiday season as a parent or family member that is bereaved, this can be a time where people may make comments, ask questions, or provide unwarranted suggestions. And when things are very new and raw, that can make those who are grieving worry about how they will react during those encounters or how they'll be impacted. The opposite can cause fear and anxiety as well. If people are not acknowledging the baby, then it can feel as if your baby is being forgotten, something that can contribute to feeling lonely and isolated while grieving. Now, those are just a few examples of how grief can make the holidays difficult. But as you can see on this slide, that is just a mere glimpse of the emotions that can be felt by those grieving their baby. So the question is, how can one cope during the holidays when grieving their baby? One way people can cope during this time is to acknowledge their feelings. Recognize that grief during the holidays can be particularly tough and even painful. Try not to place expectations on yourself about how you should be feeling. Know that grief is experienced differently for everyone, and that any and all feelings are normal. If you don't feel emotionally capable of getting into the spirit of the holidays, that is more than okay. You don't owe anyone an explanation, and you do what you feel is best for you at this time. However, if you are able to have some moments of joy, that is also okay. It is not a betrayal to your baby, and in no way means you are forgetting them or that it means you don't love or care about them. Setting boundaries for yourself is another way that can help you cope with the holidays. Taking time to think and reflect on what you need and what you are and are not comfortable with can help you establish personal guidelines and rules that can protect your well being. For example, the holidays are synonymous with social gatherings. But when you're grieving, it is common to not have the energy to attend and be present for these functions. Giving yourself permission to say no to invitations to a party or to leave when you've had enough is a good boundary that helps you meet your own needs and protect your wellness. Something that can help with reinforcing this boundary would be to have an exit strategy, a plan of what you can do when you have reached your limit for socializing. It could literally be a set of pre-constructed excuses or a signal to who you went with that it's time to go. Creating new holiday traditions and rituals that include and honor the memory of your baby can also help make the holidays a little bit more bearable when grieving. What this looks like will be different for each person and family, but it can help families feel connected to their babies and feel at peace knowing their baby spirit is always with them. For some, this could include hanging an ornament up on the tree that memorializes their baby, or it could be burning a candle for them, setting a place at the table for them, or even giving gifts that could be from the baby. Ultimately, you and your family will know what would be best, what would be the best way to honor and celebrate your baby. Grief is an experience that can be very mentally, emotionally, and physically taxing. which is why it is very important to make sure you are practicing self care. Often, when self care is being discussed, people will throw out examples like taking a bubble bath or going for a weekend getaway. And if that is what works for you, then by all means go ahead and do that. But self care can also entail doing basic and essential tasks that contribute to your health and wellness, such as taking prescribed medication, making sure you're staying hydrated, and practicing healthy sleep habits. Now, a lot of people struggle with the idea of regular and ongoing self care. We act as if it is a selfish thing to do to carve out time just for ourselves. But the thing is that it is not selfish. And in taking care of you, you are making sure you have the energy necessary to grieve and be healthy. So go ahead and, do yourself a favor. Be kind to yourself and give yourself permission to do this. Lastly, talk about your feelings and needs. Too often, people that are grieving feel that their support system is not measuring up when it comes to meeting their needs. A possible reason for this is that people are often at a loss about how to support those in their world who are grieving. If you are grieving your baby, you are naturally going to have a lot of thoughts and feelings. Remember that it's okay to mourn your baby and don't be afraid to talk about it. Talking about what you are going through with the people in your world will help them gain an understanding on what you need and how best to support you. Now, these strategies aren't going to magically fix what has happened and automatically make the holidays enjoyable, but hopefully they can help you get through those tough days and know that you're not alone.